Welcome back, everyone. Destructive news, no matter how destructive. And we've got a story here. We can get rid of all of these stupid ads. A Tampa boy, 15, facing felony vehicular homicide charges in a fatal crash. Hillsborough deputies said Friday that Calvin Sanford has been identified as the driver involved in a police chase that ended in a crash that killed a woman 44 years old. A 15-year-old boy is facing homicide charges in connection to a crash that killed a 44-year-old woman in Plant City. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office said Friday that Calvin Sanford has been identified as the driver of the stolen Nissan Frontier that fled from an attempted traffic stop in Tampa on March 12th. He has been charged as an adult, the agency spokesperson Marissa Lynn said. Tampa Bay police officers pursued a vehicle into Plant City, and that chase ended when the driver rear-ended a Honda near the intersection of Turkey Creek and Trapnell Roads. According to authorities, 3 people inside the Honda were taken to an area hospital where the 44-year-old woman died. 3 other boys were in the Nissan with Sanford, 2 14-year-olds and a 12-year-old, police said. All 4 were treated for minor injuries. Sanford was arrested on unrelated charges Thursday and booked into the Hillsborough County Jail. According to jail records, the vehicular homicide charges was added Friday, and additional charges are likely, the sheriff's office said in a news release. No charges have been filed against the other 3 juveniles who were in the Nissan at this time, the release said. Very, very interesting. These guys were out riding, running from the police. And of course, when you have a massive metal fiberglass item, such as a vehicle, traveling at an accelerated rate of speed, physics kicks in. But the problem with this stuff is these people are so dumb. They don't understand physics. They don't understand world sciences. They don't understand anything. They don't even understand why they exist. But they do exist to destroy everything. That's why we call this channel Destructive News. 15 years old. So my whole thing is that crime being committed, whether it be random violent crimes, random non-violent crimes, gang crimes, no matter what, it's all being done by younger individuals. This is not a new problem. This has been trending for the last 10 years. So whenever you hear a public official or a agency spokesperson, law enforcement, anything like that, the court systems, judges speaking, acting as if this is something new, we all know that they're lying. The issues going on today have existed and have been trending this way for at least the last 10 years at a minimum. We've been doing this for a while now. We've got the video evidence on our channel. Go check out those videos. Another issue that I see, citizens that live in these cities, citizens that live in cities that may be nice. Say you live in the suburbs. Well, I'm not going to live in these really violent metro areas. I'm going to do my hard work, build my family up, build my career, and move to the suburbs. Well, guess what? Trivarius and them stealing cars in the city, and they're driving straight out to where you are. So now your mom, your wife, your girlfriend, your loved one is sitting at a red light, and they get rear-ended by a large, medium-sized SUV traveling at excessive rates of speed. Now, even if they don't die, like the unfortunate woman in this case, their lives will be forever changed. And what the media, the mainstream media, and in some places, even law enforcement and local politicians, city officials, and leaders will try to get you to have sympathy. But not sympathy for the families and the victims, sympathies for the criminals. Why? Well, they're only 15. You should have a heart. My mom is now dead, and you want me to show leniency, mercy, and compassion for these clowns of government-sponsored terrorist families. Let's take a look at the update. As we know in the news story, this happened some time ago, this year, of course. But let's take a look, first off, what this kid looks like. You see him as a happy-go-lucky teen. I see a future criminal in the making, a current criminal. In his school, he's got Tommy Hilfiger polo shirt on with the rock star belt. Jordans, of course, because, you know, those are men's-size Jordans. $200. How much do you want to bet that this kid, his parents, his legal guardians, are claiming poverty status, government assistance, the whole nine? I don't even have to look it up. We both know that's the situation. That's why I recommend you do everything you can in your local communities to get rid of entitlement programs, get rid of welfare, get rid of Section 8 housing, get rid of affordable housing. These people run scams, often living better and more luxurious lives than the people that provide them with the funds. But let's take a listen to the video here.
Enough to drive, yet prosecutors say he led police on a high-speed chase in a stolen truck that ended in a deadly crash.
Mr. Sanford is present.
At his bond hearing Thursday,
look at him.
Daniel Moreno, whose mother was killed in the crash, urged the judge to keep him locked up.
I would just hate for somebody else to lose them all.
Prosecutors say on March 12th, Sanford and 3 other minors had stolen a truck.
Good morning, sir.
Stolen the car.
Tampa police officer Darren Gibson spotted the stolen truck in East Tampa, and the chase was on. At times, he said, he could barely keep up.
At least my Explorer, it red lines at 105.
So when you say 105, you mean 105 miles per hour?
105 miles per hour.
The high-speed chase would end in Plant City, where they say Sanford crashed into a black Honda Civic, killing 44-year-old Maria Torres. Her son-in-law.
Let's go back. Let's take a look. Look at so happy and full of life. Very, very gorgeous woman. Looking like they've done what they were supposed to do. They've worked, built a family here. And to have some I want to watch my mouth here on this channel. I don't want our videos to get taken down. But to watch a, quote, teenager end it all, to steal a car, to do what with it? What are you going to do with a stolen car? Sell it for a fraction of its value? Joyride? For what? What is the end game in all of this? A lot of times they have no plan. They're not even involved in the criminal empire like that. They're not selling these cars. They're just doing this stuff because they don't have anything else to do. And their culture dictates that they do wild and crazy stuff like this, just like the Kia Boys. And if you don't know who the Kia Boys is, man, I've got some interesting content for you. Make sure you hit that subscription button. Let's keep going.
Her son-in-law was behind the wheel.
And then my mother-in-law, she was just like hanging out of the vehicle, and like it was just the worst thing.
His wife barely survived and is now in a wheelchair.
Wow.
Sanford was arrested. However, one boy, Christopher Small, took off running but was eventually caught.
Look at him.
In court, the judge made a
look at no home training. Literally animals. Literally.
tuck his shirt in before heading to the witness stand.
You're in court. You can't even be bothered to tuck your dingy, wrinkled shirt in. Who are these kids' parents? Where are they?
And once there, he didn't want to talk.
I want to testify.
Small later returned and pointed the finger at Sanford
you
as the driver of the stolen truck.
So you want to be in the street, but the first time you get on the stand, you pointing people out and snitching. These guys, I'm telling you, these gangsters, these street dudes, they can't even keep up with the codes that they want to live by.
So you're pointing at Mr. Sanford now as the driver. Is that because you don't want to be accused yourself?
He's a rat. So now, what does he think he's going to do? He thinks this is what he's going to balk at society, being a normal person, being a citizen, working a job, paying taxes, contributing to his community. He's going to be a street dude, right? I'm going to live the life of a street dude. But what he did is he just cut all of it. Now he's nothing. He's literally nothing. He's garbage. He's no good in the streets because he's here testifying against his co-defendant, ratting him out, literally pointing the finger. Give this kid some cheese. Rat.
But you were in the stolen truck.
Yeah. After hours of testimony, the judge decided the teen suspect wasn't going anywhere except back to jail.
How is this even a decision that could be debated?
Bond was denied. Gloria Gomez,
Thank
Fox
you.
13 News.
Give that judge an applause. We're gonna have to find out who this judge is. Send them some flowers or something. This is ridiculous. And this is so sad that we have all these judges around this country that are like, oh, well, I'm sorry that he killed your family and ruined everybody's life. Put your wife in a wheelchair. What good is your wife in a wheelchair now to you and to your family and to your children if you have them? What are you supposed to do now? Did they get rewarded? Did they get a check? Do they even get the benefits that these kids' families get? And the answer is no. They get nothing but sadness. And these clowns get held up as victims of society and systemic racism. I'm telling
Sanford
you, man.
is charged with vehicular homicide and grand theft.
Yeah, don't drop any of these charges because that's what they love to do. They love to drop these charges. Don't allow them to do this stuff. The only way we stop it is with your help. Do it in your own community. Look for these stories. Look for these circumstances and identify the criminals. What is it? Was it an accident? Was this a career criminal? Was it this situation with baby goons trying to be street dudes with the one eyes posing at school? Put them in jail forever. If there was a way, I'd put them in a capsule and ship them to space. Just ship them in a capsule. Create a partnership with SpaceX and just launch them into space. Give them enough food for a year and just shoot them off into space. That's what I would do. If there was a way to do that, that's what we should do. Rehabilitation. There's no rehabilitating these people. They don't want to be rehabilitated. And that kid that pointed him out, the rat, he thinks that he's going to be able to get past this and move in the streets as a street dude in the future. I'm telling you, it's not. This is going to haunt him. They're going to do him in, depending on his community. But hey, I don't want to keep this too long. I don't want to keep you too long here. I want to just let you know we're going to keep making videos. We're going to do some surface stuff. I might start digging in and doing some really deep digging on certain things, but I just want to bring these examples of crimes to you so that you have ammunition in your personal lives to debate the nonsense that seems to be floating around in mainstream America, that these people are victims of systemic racism and all of these bad circumstances and white racism. It's not true. They do this stuff because they love it. They want to be this way. Thank you for checking out the channel. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Destructive News. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.